Brilliant, huh?
You figured it.
I should say.
We invited some college football players to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Jess Swope. And his partner is a Hollywood chiropractor, Dr. Mar Elia. And here they come. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx. Right in here.
Welcome, kids, for Elgin American Compact. And a Happy New Year. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins a 16-millimeter Apollo sound movie projector. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Jess, you're the football player, huh?
Yes, sir.
We have a surplus of football. We have a boy here from Green Bay Packers. You know him?
No, sir.
Well, you may before he's through here. How tall are you, Jess?
6'3", sir.
Well, you're only a baby, huh? You got to be taller than that to be a big man around here tonight. How old are you, Jess?
22 years old, sir.
Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Are you married?
No, sir. I guess I'm lucky.
Why aren't you married, Jess?
I just haven't got much time for girls.
How much time do you need? Have you got a girl?
Yes, sir.
Well, would you mind telling us about her?
Well, she's about this tall, and she's got big brown eyes and sort of brown hair, and she's really nice.
Sort of mahogany, isn't she? What school do you attend?
University of Southern California, sir.
And you play football for USC?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're the only one on the team that does. What position do you play, horizontal or perpendicular?
I play left offensive guard.
Offensive guard?
Yes, sir.
Have you tried a dab of perfume behind each other? Jess, what's your reason for going to college other than learning how to be offensive?
I'm planning to be a coach, sir.
A coach?
Yes, sir.
What kind of a coach? Hudson coach or?
Football and track mainly.
Oh, I see. And you're Dr. Sheikh Mar Elia? Is that?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Did
That's
I pronounce
right.
it correctly? What kind of a name is that?
That's an Iranian or Persian name.
Oh. Well, here we go again. You said name, and that's the secret word tonight. George, tell him what he wins.
You win an Apollo 16-millimeter sound movie projector. With it, you can show movies you take yourself or Hollywood sound movies. Retail value, $129.50.
Thank you.
That'll teach me to keep my mouth shut. Now, do you say that's a Persian name? Or?
Iranian or Persian name.
I see. Only one answer between you now. Make up your mind, Doc.
You see, Iran is the correct name, but most of the foreigners call Persia. So Reza Shah Pahlavi put it out to the world. It should be called by its original name, Iran.
Well, your ruler is over here now, isn't he?
That's the son of the...
Steady there now. Now, what did you say, Doc? He's the son of
This is the son of the gentleman that put this rule out into the world. His name was Reza Shah Pahlavi, but this man's name is Muhammad Reza Shah.
Well, let's skip the whole thing, huh? Now, you say he's from Iran?
Yes, sir.
What was he running from? Tell me, do Persian kittens really come from Persia?
Not necessarily. Usually they come from Persian cats.
How would you like it if I went over to your house and stole your Persian rugs? I tell the jokes around here. Yes, I used to tell the jokes around here. I know a lot about stealing rugs because I used to hook Persian rugs. You're a chiropractor, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am a chiropractor.
And what sort of work do you do?
I locate the cause of their suffering at the spine.
What do you use, a compass?
Take X-rays.
You take x-rays?
Yes, sir, of their spine.
Uh-huh.
Then give adjustment with hands to correct the cause of their condition at the spine, so the innate healing power within them can cure it.
Well, I'll bring my wife over. She's got all the backbone in our family. Are you married, Doc?
Yes, sir, I am.
Mm-hmm. Any children?
I have one son.
How did you meet your wife?
I met my wife here in Hollywood while I was a professional man. I was invited to have a Persian meal at her home, and I found her to be a very good cook and good looking, and so here I am.
What do they feed you? Persian ivy?
Shish kebab. Shish kebab and pilau.
Shish kebab?
And pilau.
Well, I'm all right. How are you? Are you still here, Jess?
Yes, sir.
You haven't made a move for several minutes. You're not playing football for USC now, you know. Tell me, what do you want to be after college? I mean, do you want to play professional football?
No, sir. I'm hoping to go to the Olympics in 1952.
Well, I think you're smart and stay where the money is. Stay in college football. Now, Ducky, you don't mind if I call you Ducky, eh?
No, sir.
What did you want to be when you were a boy?
I want to
tell me a man, because that's a very old joke. How did you want to be when you were a boy?
I wanted to be a sheik like my father.
Your father was a sheik? Don't tell me he was Rudolph Valentino.
No, sir, he was not Rudolph Valentino. He was a real sheik.
Oh, Errol Flynn. Huh? And you must be the son of the sheik, huh?
Being the son of my father, I was the son of a sheik, but now I am a sheik myself.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're a doc in sheik's clothing, is that it? Well, since you're also a chiropractor, you'd better straighten me out. You say you are a sheik?
Yes, sir.
Well, how do you find time to be a sheik?
You see, Mr. Marx, in this country they have different meaning for a sheik.
Yeah.
It looks like in this country you have to be a good-looking, a good storyteller, or a great lover in order to be sheik. When in Persia, it's altogether just the opposite. To be a sheik, you have to be a leader of a tribe, or a high priest, or a very well-trained leader in your field. Then you are known as a sheik.
That takes care of USC. Not a sheik on the squad. Now, Doc, I don't want to get nosy, but tell me, have you got a harem?
No, sir, I do not. It's because against the law.
I realize that, but answer my question. Were harems always illegal, Doc?
No, sir. Years ago, harems were legal in Persia. A man could have all the wives that he desired in order to get closer to his heaven.
Get closer to what?
To his heaven.
Why would a man... That's why a man would want more than one wife, so he'd be closer to heaven?
Yes, sir.
That's certainly getting to heaven the hard way. Are there still many harems in Persia?
No, sir, there are not. It's against the law now. But there are a few places that they still bootleg him.
Well, see if you can get me a case of 20-year-old stuff right off the boat, will you? Why did they figure they were closer to heaven if they had a number of wives?
You see, Mr. Marx, when we figure in Persia, when you have only one wife, she might be a good cook, maybe ugly, or not good dancer, or good singer. But if you have more than one wife, one will be good cook, one will be good dancer, one will be good singer. In this way, you receive all the pleasures of life right here, and then you are closer to your heaven.
Yeah, under those conditions, the cook certainly gets a great deal, all right. Slaving over a hot pot roast all day. While you're out dancing with 6 other wives. Now, Red Grange, that's you. Since we have a chiropractor here, perhaps we can squeeze a little free advice from him, huh? Have you ever come out of a game with a Charlie horse?
Yes, sir, many times.
What'd you do about it?
Well, I had the trainer rub it and had it wrapped.
Well, after he wraps it, where do you send it to? Santa Anita? What do? You rub it down with alcohol? Is that
Yes,
what you...
sir.
Can be very dangerous, you know. My Uncle Julius hurt his back. Aunt Minnie rubbed it with alcohol. And Uncle Julius sprained his neck trying to lick it off. Now, as a football player, what's been your most embarrassing moment, Jess?
Well, the most embarrassing moment I ever had was I was playing football down in San Diego Navy, and we had a big banquet where all the high mucky muck brass was there, and I was sitting at the table with the speakers, and I accidentally knocked over a coffee pot in the big shot slab.
What happened?
I had a lot of time to think that over.
Coffee was much cheaper in those days, too. Now, Shiki, in your profession, you must have had a few spine-tingling experiences. Can you recall any incident in particular that you'd care to discuss?
Well, one of them that was very embarrassing. When I first got to this country, my first professional match, I was booked as the great wrestling sheik of Persia. The arena was all sold out. As I entered into the ring, I thought I'll show them how Persian wrestlers are. And there we are trained to be very mannerly, very polite. So naturally I walked in, I bowed to the public, and I bowed to the referee, and then I bowed to the wrestler, and went back to my corner. When the bell rang, again I bowed to the public, and I bowed to the referee. And as I bowed to the wrestler, he let me have one right, close right to the chin. I went back, and he let me have one in the stomach, and I bowed again, and that was the end of the match.
Well, that'll teach you not to be polite in this country. Huh? It was a short match, huh?
Very short.
Next time, use a lighter. Now, in addition to being a sheik and a chiropractor, you also are a professional wrestler, huh, Doc?
I used to be.
You can take a person apart and then put them back together again? Where have you wrestled?
I have wrestled just about throughout the world. I have held 3 professional titles. The Asiatic welterweight, catch and jiu-jitsu title, also the junior middleweight belt of the world.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. You do jiu-jitsu too, huh? I didn't know you did jiu-jitsu, Doc. I hope you'll overlook any remarks I made there. If you don't, my friends can overlook me at Cedars 11 and between 2 and 4 next Sunday. Well, you've been an interesting couple, and physically I'll never be the same. Now, before we proceed, George, is something from our sponsor.
Certainly do, Groucho. For Jess, these beautiful Elgin American pearls. They're the finest pearls made by man, Jess.
Jess, you're going to look lovely in those things. That'll fit right on the USC squad.
I had in mind maybe, Jess, you could give these to your girl.
Thanks very much.
You bet you're welcome.
No, you can throw them at the football, and then it'll be pearls before swine.
I have a gift for the
Well, they
doctor.
are pigskins. What have you got for Shiki over here?
For the doctor, I have this exclusive Elgin American Square Compact in jeweler's bronze that looks like gold. I'm sure your wife will enjoy it very much, Doctor.
It's a good thing we're not doing this in Persia. You'd have to have 7 of those. Huh? Okay, let's play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other 2 couples, you'll get a crack at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners. Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous rivers as your category. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you've got $20. How much you want to try?
10, sir.
10? Here's your first question. Hoover Dam controls the waters of what great western river? Talk right up.
Colorado.
Colorado is right.
And I'm off to a good start with $30.
All right, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try?
$10, sir.
$10. All right. What is the name of the sacred Indian river of the Hindus? They bathe in its waters to be purified.
I know it. Not Nile.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
Get mixed up.
I'm sorry, it's the Ganges.
Ganges, yeah. I get mixed up.
Well, that's a tough one. That's
Yeah.
not
No,
too
I
easy.
should know that.
Well, you ought to know it, yes.
They now have $20, Groucho.
Well, you only lost 10 that time. You still have $20. And here's your third question. How much of the 20 will you try?
Yeah, $10.
$10. What is the name of the Northwestern River where the salmon spawn each year? The Grand Coulee Dam is on it.
Columbia.
The Columbia River.
And they're on their way again. They have $30.
All right, you're coming around the stretch now. Here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much will you bet? You got $30.
20.
$20. What is the name of the river immortalized by Mark Twain? It is called the Father of Waters.
Swanee River. No, wait, no.
Come on now, think. Mark Twain wrote a couple of books about it. Mississippi, you said it right as the bell rang. Give it all.
And they wind up with a grand total of $50, and that means that the car hop and the married man with $228 get the chance at the $1,000 question.
Well, I'm sorry, but you did pretty well at that, though.